Supporting old people in Uganda is very important because we are at a time as a nation where we're trying to ensure that every family has an income. But we have a category of people who are no longer able to work for an income, and they fall between the lines, and therefore it's very, very difficult to find how we can get them to make an income, and yet they still have members of the family that they support, and therefore that's why we think that this direct support of cash would be vital to really give them a livelihood and give them a hope for how the young members of their families can access what they need and get a future for tomorrow. For Karamoja, this grant has brought a new hope, because for many of the people who are getting this grant, they have for a long time not been able to get any income in their families. And to see that they can now get some income coming in on a monthly basis, it really is vital for their own survival. And it shows that the government thinks about them and cares about them. And we now know that if this program can go on, we know that we will be able to cover all the categories of our population to ensure that there will be an income in every family. For those who can work, they work and make an income for their families, but these who are vulnerable and very old and yet are playing a role in society for bringing up those very vulnerable members of their family, they will survive on this grant, and that's why it is very, very important. When people have no income at all, there are many things they can't do for themselves. I think that is just obvious. But sometimes they cannot, there is a space in a season when they don't have food, for instance. And if they have no income to buy food, that means the household has no food. And you have people starving. But if they can buy their own food, then they will live a normal life. And they will even, from that very little money that they get from this grant, they can make an investment. You may think that that's not doable, but it is. For people who have not been earning income, whatever little money they get, they can honestly make part of it as an income, and they'll use it to buy some livestock that they can sell for better income. And it helps to change the quality of life of a whole family. So that's why I think this program is very, very important, and it is really good for our people, especially in Karamoja.
And might that have as a nationally?
But as I said, it will help us as government to know that we can now reach every category of our population to ensure that every household will have some income. It may not be much, but it is something. And so it will just make us able to know that everybody can now live their own lives and take charge of their lives, which they were not doing. And we know we were moving, and we probably would have got to that anyway, but we will shorten the process by reaching everybody in a shorter time than we would have done. Well, Africa normally celebrates old people anyway. Our culture gives a lot of honor and and privileges to old people. Now this program really just builds into that. It makes these older people know that the government cares for them, it wants to honor them, and it wants them to participate in the national celebration of our 50 years of independence. And how I wish it reached everybody, because now it's only reaching a few districts, and if it could reach everybody, that would really be good for all our vulnerable and old people. I was very happy when I saw what was happening in Karamoja. I watched some 2 old women receive their money from where they were distributing it. And it was so moving, because these were very old women, and I could see that they have not handled money for a very long time. And it just brought a lot of happiness, and their faces just lit up, and I was so happy to see that happening in Karamoja at this time, because Karamoja has been isolated for a long time. They've been living very, very difficult lives. But now we are at a time where there is a lot of hope, and the people are very happy about what is happening in Karamoja. And so this just comes at the right time. And I was so moved to see these old people. And I knew that this is not just for them, it's also for the members of their families. And it is not so much money, as you know, but they value that money so much because it means so much for them. So I was very happy, and really that's why I think it would be good to have it stretch out to many of our districts, especially all districts in Karamoja. So I want to use this opportunity to say to our partners who are supporting this program, to know that we value what they're doing with us, and we really salute this very noble cause they're doing with us at this time. And on behalf of the people of Karamoja and other districts who are now part of this program, I want to say thank you from Uganda.